All right, let's do it. I've been putting it off long enough. I saw It Chapter 2 in theaters 6 days ago, a week tomorrow. And I've been putting off doing a spoiler-free review on this thing. And by the way, I'm not a big fan of doing these things in my car, heavily unedited. But you know what? You got to do what you got to do, and time constraints won't really allow me to do much more. Mixed with the fact that I've not really been wanting to say much about this film, considering that I see a lot of people that don't like it. And so here was my takeaway 5-6 days ago when I was originally going to do this spoiler-free review. My takeaway was, I like It Chapter 2. And that may surprise some people after hearing what I said about It Chapter 1. I wasn't really a huge fan. I didn't think it was an awful film or anything like that. I thought that the child cast did a fantastic job in that film. Did not like Bill Skarsgard's portrayal of Pennywise. It's not just because he's not Tim Curry. It's because he, oh wow, he does a wonky eye thing and he can smile with his bottom lip hanging low. That's really all he fucking had. So yeah, as far as It Chapter 2 goes, it is completely backwards for me, the way I feel about the 1990 miniseries. I prefer the child portion, the first portion from the 1990 miniseries over the new version. When it comes to the second half, the adult half, I prefer the 2019 version over the 1990 version, interestingly enough. Spoiler free, guys, and we're about to get into it. Like I said, you don't have anything to worry about if you haven't seen it yet, and if you have seen it, feel free to leave your opinions down below in the comments as well. But things that I didn't like about it, it's a short list. I really enjoyed the movie. The CGI child faces really threw me off, especially with Wolf Finhard. Those glasses, it's just awful. Honestly, I don't know what other suggestion I could have given them to make it better, because these kids really did age a lot, especially some of them, Wolf Finhard included. Or Finn Wolfhard. Am I saying his name weird? I don't know. Yeah, I think it's Finn. I called the kid Wolf Finhard just now. Whatever. But no, that was a bit distracting. I will say I'm still not a fan of Bill Skarsgard's Pennywise. I think he did marginally better in this film, but I think that's because he had a Joe Biden thing going on where it was like a limited exposure campaign where you don't see Pennywise a whole lot. You see other forms of Pennywise. Some you saw in the original film, some that were new, just different incarnations of the same being. I was on board with that because I'm not a big fan of Bill's portrayal of Pennywise, and I think that they hit a negative and they accentuated some positives in this film. I really think they did. So I can't bitch too much about Skarsgård and Pennywise in this one. I think it was done and handled much better. There's a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of nods to the original. And to other Stephen King things in the Kingosphere, I guess. A couple of them really had me popping. I thought it was amazing how they'd done it. Nothing really promoted about some of this stuff that it was like, oh wow, that's really cool actually. So keep your eyes peeled if you haven't, or if you want to watch it again, go back and check it out. There's some really cool little Easter eggs in it. Bill Hader, this is his movie. It's true what everyone's told you. This is Bill Hader's movie, and rightfully so. The man did a fantastic job. He stole damn near every scene he was in. When he's not on screen, you're asking yourself, where's Richie? Where's Bill Hader? I want to see him again because he does such a fantastic job in this film of keeping you entertained and making you feel the moment in a different way. I'm trying to remember some of the other people's names, like real names in this. Those James McAvoy. I'll fuck around and call you Wolf Finhard if you don't watch yourself. But no, he did a really good job as Bill. I was on board totally with his performance. I liked damn near, I think, every adult version of the children of the Losers Club. I think they did a great job picking solid actors that looked like the kids as adults, that you could feel as if that was the same person with sort of the kind of quirks and characteristics that were established in the first film. I think they did a really good job with that. Maybe there's a little bit of, let's say, the group doesn't really have that good group dynamic at points in time. I could see that as a negative, but overall, I think that it was handled very well. I thought the ending was much more satisfying in this than it was in the 1990 miniseries. I think that it was handled very well. I enjoyed overall this film. Now, I said at the beginning that my initial reaction watching the film, leaving the theater, getting ready to do a spoiler-free review is that I really liked It Chapter 2. I really liked it. And then I went and I read some other people's reviews of the film and just kind of took in a lot of different perspectives and thought about how I felt about it after viewing things through other viewers' eyes. And at the end of the day, I still like It Chapter 2. And I like It Chapter 2 better than It Chapter 1. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that disagree with me about that, and that's fine. That's what this channel's about. And I like It Chapter 2 better than the concluding chapter of the 1990 miniseries as well. And that, to me, that, you know, is really what says something about this film. I know a lot of people love It Chapter 1. I wasn't a huge fan. I thought it was decent, but this one was worth the price of admission to me. Bringing up the ritual of Chud and, you know, taking away some of the things out of the book. The intro to this movie is really, it's rough. It's gritty. Be prepared right off the bat. Some of you King fans may already know what's going to be going down if you haven't seen it, if you're a fan of the book. But it's some real stuff, and I like being challenged, like the intro to this movie challenged, I think, the audience, where you have to watch something maybe you're not comfortable with. And I like that. I think we should be challenged by things we're not comfortable with. But yeah, I mean, overall, I'll tell you this, I definitely would go see it again. I did not go into this thing with high expectations. And overall, the time being almost 3 hours, I didn't even barely notice. I never felt bored. I never felt like the film was going on too long or dragging. I think they did a really good job in this one, and I have to give it the old bloody breakdown seal of approval. So what do you all think? Leave me a comment down below if you've seen the film, what you think about it. Remember to keep it spoiler free. Also, let me know how this review is as far as being spoiler free. If you haven't seen it, if you have any questions maybe I didn't answer, you can leave that down below as well. Leave me a like if you enjoyed, dislike if you fuck me, right? Yeah, subscribe, ring the bell if you want to see more of me and what I do here at Bloody Breakdown. Check the description section for links to follow me on social media or even support me on Patreon. And I guess that'll be about it. I'm Brand from Bloody Breakdown, and we'll catch you next time.